What is up, my dudes? We've got the Corporate Esports Association Dota 2 Spring 2019 tournament going on. We've got Echo Global Logistics, or $6 million Echo Slam, representing Echo Global Logistics, up against Nvidia, representing Nvidia. Nvidia are up 1-0 in this playoff match. It's the round of 32, and Echo Global Logistics, the backers against the wall, and hopefully, I want to see the dream. I hope they pick Earthshaker. They've banned Earthshaker every single game this tournament, and it's time to live up to the team name. Pick Earthshaker. Let's see it. This could potentially be their last game in the tournament. I just want to see the dream, or at least aspirations towards the dream. But other than that, this draft is looking pretty similar to the last draft already. Invoker and Dazzle ban from Echo Global Logistics. Nvidia have been picking Invoker first most of their games. Nature's Prophet ban, they didn't ban the Earthshaker. It's happening, the dream is possible. And Nature's Prophet definitely screwed over Fluffy Bunny pretty hard in the last game. Just got bullied out of the lane so many times. Even at level 1, the Lion got completely bullied out by the Nature's Prophet.
10 seconds to pick. 5 seconds. Hurry, hurry!
So I would like to stress again, this is being played on 7.21D. It's a match from quite a few weeks ago. I finally managed to get my hands on the replays.
Radiant's turn to royalist.
And Phantom Assassin gonna be the final ban for Nvidia. I mean, they banned the Viper, so you know, don't want to play it against PA because I can't pick Viper as a counter pick. So a bit of Ouroboros happening there, I think. Are they gonna do it?
Only 10 seconds. 5 seconds.
You know, Rixton, he was thinking about it. I'm like, we gotta play Earthshaker. We've been banning it every single game. This is it. This is the moment where their backs are against the wall.
Dire team are now picking.
Oh, they go with Jakiro. Okay, well, I'm a Jakiro spammer myself, so I always feel some joy when I see Jakiro. I think this hero is pretty good, and he definitely got buffed a little bit in the next patch. His the liquid fire, it always goes off, and like right now in this current patch, if Jakiro say attacks uphill and misses, then the liquid fire explosion won't happen. It's so frustrating to take the tier 3 because you keep attacking uphill and it keeps missing, and you can do it once every 4 seconds, so it's like, oh my god, why? Nvidia are gonna take Warlock this time instead of Echo. No, did they? Hold on a second. No, they took Warlock last time as well. Never mind. I mean, this isn't the Warlock patch, but Nvidia, they're ahead of the curve, clearly. Something they can see into the future, and like, hey, Warlock is like super broken in 7.22, but we're gonna pick him in 7.21 because we still like this hero a lot. Just got some great quality of life changes. The Aghanim Scepter with the 0.4 second delay between each golem now, so it actually feels like really nice to play. It's like a multicast, lasts a bit longer too. And also the changes to Fatal Bond, so instead of linking just 3 targets, it links 6 targets, but the damage goes down instead. So the damage is the part that scales, not the number of targets you link. And they're going to open with the Ogre Magi again as well, so Nvidia sticking to their guns. Although their first pick Invoker got banned out again, which is a bit unfortunate for them. So this is the fallback plan.
Only 10 seconds.
Come on, Rixton, you can do it. Give me the Earthshaker.
Radiant's ban.
And a Lich coming up for Echo Global Logistics. An interesting support duo. None of them are particularly suited to being 4 positions. They both don't really need that much farm to be impactful. Jakiro probably is a little bit better with farm. You get your quicker Yules and actually get some easier ice path setups instead of having to land roll ice paths, which can be a bit tricky. Whereas Lich, he doesn't need any levels. Just get level 6. That's all you need. Just throw Chain Frost.
Dire's ban.
Jug banned out for Echo Global Logistics. Jug did a lot of work last game. He just was very difficult to take down. Oh wait, hang on a second. I thinking of a different game. Jug was not in the previous game. Be casting too many games in a row. Anyway, so Echo Global Logistics, they ran Ricky and Pango last game. I wonder if we're gonna see these heroes resurge. I think the Pango had a lot of impact, but the Ricky, he lost his lane a little bit too hard. I think had he had a better laning stage, he definitely could have had more impact. Because, I mean, towards the end of the game, he was dealing a ton of damage to the enemy team. But after the Tricks of the Trade runs out, he definitely just feels a bit lackluster. TA banned out for Nvidia again in this phase. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. Last time they picked Sniper, I mean, TA doesn't even do that well against Sniper, so I don't know why they're so scared of TA. They have the last pick again. Somehow, Echo Global Logistics let them have last pick twice in a row. Guess they preferred Radiant over last pick. But I feel like if you're... I don't want to be like crass, but the worst team, the best thing you could do for yourself is take second pick and hope that you can always win mid. Like, you should almost always be able to win mid if you're second pick, unless like the skill difference is way too high. And Rixton, in the last game, he showed himself that he can definitely keep up with like the other players in our video. But you should, if you're the inferior team, you should take second pick and try and win mid convincingly through outdrafting. Nyx banned out for Global Logistics. Nyx would have been a pretty good hero against Jakiro and Lich, but Nvidia don't really have space for a Nyx pick right now because they've already revealed their support duo. Definitely can't run Nyx core. I guess we used to see Ogre offlane, but I don't think it's very good. So also Storm banned out as well for Nvidia, so most of their bans being exactly the same as last game, except for this PA ban. I can't remember who they banned in that instead. So I feel like this Nyx ban is a bit of wasted ban here. So they picked Nature's Prophet on our video last time, but he's banned out this time. It's gonna be, what kind of game do they want to play this time? They pick Wind Ranger, so another similarly annoying hero who's difficult to track down and pretty fast. This is not the new patch though, so not gonna have the changed ags. So instead of just letting Focus Fire have reduced cooldown and do a ton more damage, they changed Ags to give her multiple charges on Wind Run, and it lasts longer and the cooldown is shorter or something like that. It's just like she's very annoying to deal with now because she's always moving at like, oh, it also helps her break the movement speed cap. So she's always running at like 650 and it's really hard to catch her. Definitely a different Ags, and the cooldown reduction being moved into the regular skill progression instead of just being solely on the Ags is, I feel like the new Wind Ranger is a lot better.
Team pick. Tidehunter.
So Tidehunter picked up for Echo Global Logistics. They've got a lot of strong team fight right now. The Lich ulti, Tidehunter ulti, even Jakiro with his ice paths offers a lot of team fight. So trying to match the team fight that Nvidia had last time with the Warlock, and definitely out team fighting them this time.
Only 10 seconds. 5 seconds remain.
Yeah, so this the new Wind Ranger. I think like But the thing is, like, you don't normally get Ags until your ult's like level 2 or 3. Anyway, actually, now video gonna start with a Zeus pick in 4th position. But they banned the TA, which is nice for them, because I mean, Zeus is... This is also the pre-7.22 Zeus. They upped his attack speed, and they changed his... Oh, sorry, they lowered his base attack time, which means his attack speed is a lot faster. The main thing is you can drop a lightning bolt, and then get an attack off before they can recover from the stun from the lightning bolt. So it's a lot easier to last hit with Zeus now, and... I didn't really realize this, but Zeus does a ton of base damage. He has like 59 base damage at level 1, which is pretty high for a spellcaster hero. His range is very short, and his attack animation is like very subpar. Well, it's a lot better in the new patch, but the projectile is like really slow as well. So I guess it kind of makes up for it. Wraith King for Echo Global Logistics. There's a lot of beef on this team now. Tidehunter and Wraith King, both pretty tough to take down with the Lich armor as well. So Windranger's going to have a pretty tough time piercing through all the damage reduction here. I'm hoping to see an early Maelstrom. But she definitely has the damage to take these guys out. Windranger does a ton of damage. But it's all single target. Anti-Mage banned out for Echo Global Logistics. They're gonna go for an Ember Spirit. Oh, Rixton showing off here a little bit. I like this. I think Ember's fairly favored against Zeus. It's kind of rough in the early lane, early levels, until you get level 2. Actually, let me think about this. So the level 1 Flame Guard gives you 80 damage block for spell damage. Whereas the Lightning Bolt does 150 damage, so you're still taking a pretty hefty chunk of damage, and it's gonna instantly break. Now if you need to go back for Spectre, I like this a lot. They've got the Wind Ranger to cause a lot of chaos, the Spectre to haunt also cause a lot of chaos, while the Zeus consistently deals damage from a distance. They don't really have that much lockdown for the Ember Spirits, that's one thing I worry about, but they definitely have the damage to take him out if they can lock him down. Might have to wait till Zeus gets level 20 and he picks up the Thunderbolt mini stun talent. That one's super good. If I see the other one, I'm gonna be really disappointed in the Kraggle because it's a very good game for it. As you can always drop the Nimbus on yourself, and there's not much like Ember Spirit goes for a Sleight of Fist. You drop the Nimbus where he's gonna come back, and it instantly zap him before he gets a chance to react. Or that's assuming the Nimbus is like... He's in a spot by himself, but that does tend to happen. Ember Spirit likes to approach the fight from weird angles where he's by himself. But I do like some parts of Echo Global Logistics draft. The team fight is pretty nice with the first 3 heroes. Even the Wraith King, you can use the ulti. Let Prancing Pony go in first, die, get the slow from the ulti. And also, Lich Ember is such a sick combo. You got the spell, the magic damage reduction, and the physical damage reduction. But I'm worried that Zeus is just going to break it. So the math on Flame Guard blocks 80 damage at level 1, and Zeus does 125. And then at level 2, Flame Guard blocks 220 damage, and Lightning Bolt does 200 damage. So suddenly you can start surviving Lightning Bolts, but obviously you've also got the static field to deal with. And then at level 3, it's 360 damage against 275. So Ember Spirit, he's gonna have to try and get to level 5 at a pretty not get like completely wrecked. Already starting with the first point in Flame Guard. So a lot of the times, actually, we've been seeing Ember Spirit skip Flame Guard altogether and just go max Sleight of Fist for the extra damage. It's 160 bonus damage on a 6-second cooldown. I kind of would like to see Ember go for this build, because then you can actually challenge the Zeus that if he wants to throw spells at you, throw them back with a Sleight of Fist. The cooldown is roughly the same, and you're going to get roughly the same amount of damage. maybe a little bit less. But you do have the Flame Guard to help you out a little bit. Maybe no points in the Searing Chains. And then 042. I think that could be pretty sick. Alright, well, Batty Runes are coming up. Looks like not much is going to happen here. 2 for 2. Pretty standard stuff. So we'll see how Rixton can deal with this Zeus. And Zeus, he's got the Arcana, so he's paid to win. You know that you're going to get completely wrecked by this Zeus. So, Wraith King and Jakira, these guys do a lot of damage. Wraith King's stun is actually a lot of damage at level 1. It's 120 damage. And this Dual Breath has 100 damage as well. So, it's, Wind Ranger, she's going to be a bit careful. Even though she has Wind Run, it's going to be... all of this damage is damage over time. So, even if she Wind Runs away, she's still going to take the damage. And she doesn't have that much health either, so this could be pretty scary for her. Ogre, on the other hand, I think Ogre has that much to be afraid of, but he definitely can't just like run at them because he's gonna get taken out. This top lane, I don't think too much is happening here. Lich with the level 1 Frost Shield. This isn't the really aggressive style Tidehunter with the level 1 Gush. I don't think Lich is quite the right support to go level 1 Gush with. You probably want like a Venge for the like double down on the minus armor. But also they've got the Warlock, so it's pretty hard to get kills in this lane. The Shadow Word heals so much. So mid lane, Ember getting a slight advantage here. It's got 4 deny, so already half a level ahead of the Zeus, or a quarter of a level ahead of the Zeus. 2 points in Flame Guard as well. So Zeus, he went 1-1-1. I honestly think this is probably the worst Zeus build you could go for, because what tends to happen is you don't have enough lane mana to spam both spells. So what you want to do is make one spell stronger, because the mana to cost ratio goes down. And, Ogre grabbed the kill on the Wraith King somehow. I was not expecting that at all. 1-1-0 on the Ogre Magi, so big damage coming at him. He gets the Mango as well. So Jakiro, he's gonna get ignited as well. Looks like he's gonna tick down here. Oh, the last ignite tick put him on 1 HP, but Wind Ranger runs in with the Wind Run and will finish off the kill. So getting 2 kills on bot lane, pretty big for them. Yeah, so Ember Spirit, he's going for 022. I like this a lot. I think this is definitely the way to go against Zeus. Zeus doesn't have a whole lot of armor either, so if you can slide a fist him while he's not under the tower, you can deal a lot more damage.
No. Illusion.
So Zeus gonna go for, he has a bottle, he's gonna go for a Soul Ring. I don't feel like we see Soul Ring that often on Zeus, but the extra strength is pretty nice. Spectre will finish off Squid Lips. I'm not really sure how Squid Lips got so low, because he's a ranged hero, so maybe just duking it out with the Warlock for too long, and then the Warlock's pretty full as well. Not really sure what happened there. And I guess this is probably how Wraith King died. He kept getting pecked away by these Wind Ranger arrows that don't even do that much damage, although she's got the blades claws of attack now, so starting to hit a little bit harder. Rixton just running at Cragglenaut and won't be able to get any kills. He's gone for 3 points in the Flame Guard. This is okay as well. I'm just the main concern is Zeus can break the Flame Guard, so you just need 1 Lightning Bolt and Arc Lightning, and you can break a level 4 Flame Guard.
Double damage empowers me.
Well, it depends on how much HP the Ember Spirit has. So the more HP Ember Spirit has, the less effective the Flame Guard is. Is actually a bit ironic. Wraith King, he's gonna go down here again. just gets power shotted and he goes down. And Jakiro also in a little bit of trouble, half health, but looks like gonna be okay. Wind Ranger, she has a salve. Maybe not really the best use of the salve, because it looks like she's gonna go for the shrines afterwards. So kind of a waste of a salve. He could have saved it for later, but maybe save it to use it now, because if Jakiro came over, then like she would have been forced to back off. But she's gonna use the shrine now. Ember Spirit dives the Zeus and gets the kill. So level 6 on the Ember Spirit reached first, and he's just gonna get a solo kill. He's a full level ahead of the Zeus now. So Rixton dominating this lane pretty hard. And Spectre, he's gonna go for an early Vanguard. Interesting. Taking this will help a little bit with these Ember Spirit ganks, and Ember Spirit probably will be looking to gank this spec at some point. But no points in Gush yet from the Tidehunter, which means no minus armor on the Spectre. It's going to be pretty hard to kill this spec still, without a lot of support. Jakiro and Lich gonna gang up on the Ogre a little bit. Ogre, he might go down here. Another Wraithfire Blast is available in... He has to use it on the Ogre, so not going to be able to use it on the Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger gets a nice power shot onto both heroes, but I don't think she'll be able to get this kill. I think he wants more. An Ice Path will miss from the Jakiro, so a bit unfortunate for Fluffy Bunny there. Arcane Rune on the Ember Spirit now, so he's got to look for top. Still no points in the Gush, so this is not going to get much help here. Actually, Ember Spirit, he just Revenant's back mid. Time to use the shrine. Pretty efficient, 4-man shrine. But this Tide is on his own. He's going to get a lot of experience at least, so it's going to be pretty useful for him. Except he's still the same level as his counterpart. Actually, the Spectre is out-leveling him in a dual lane, which is not something you want to see. I don't even know how the math works out on that. Spectre, he's got a pretty decent amount of denies. Spec going for quite an interesting build. 2-1-2. Maybe feeling like she was going to get pressured a little bit harder. She's just going to run at this Tidehunter. The Anchor Smash will slow this gank down about a little bit, but another Spectral Dagger could get the kill. Spectre's going to back off. He's got a Vanguard now, so he's actually quite tanky.
Dire structures are fortified.
Ember Spirit, he's got his drums now. Not going to go for face boot. Looks like he's going to queue up the boots of travel instead, which is quite interesting. Normally, if you go for drums, you want to get the face boots to double down on the move speed. Also, face boots lets you fight early. Oh, it gives you some bit of early damage. Lich with the Frost Armor will be able to survive Wind Ranger's harassment. But Tidehunter's here now. He still has no points in Gush. The Fire Blast will slow him down a little bit. It looks like Wind Ranger is gonna be able to get out here. Another Wind Run is available. Shadow Word to heal her up from the Warlock. And a nice 3-man Fatal Bonds. This is gonna be pretty big. This is the old patch Fatal Bond. So Haunt comes out. The Spectral Dagger onto Lich. This Lich is gonna get chased down here. Thunder God's Wrath with the Fatal Bonds will do a ton of damage here. Takes out the Lich. And Tidehunter, he's pretty low, but looks like the Kraken Shell actually purged off the Fatal Bonds. So yeah, I mean, yeah, so normally you go phase boots and drums because you get a lot of early damage. Rixton, he's got a TP bot. He's got 4 points in the frame. The power shot spots out the Ember Spirit and then he gets shackled straight away, but he's still pretty tanky. Yeah, no one's broken his flame break yet, and there's not much magic damage left on the table. And drums popped by the Ember Spirit, but no one's here to help him out, and he's not going to be able to hold them down because the Searing Chains is still on cooldown. He gets a stun on the Spec, but not going to be able to get much of it. Spectre doesn't even have boots yet, actually. I didn't even notice that. So, it's got a pretty scary combo. Fatal Bonds plus Zeus. You know, you got the Thunder God's Wrath. It basically does 120%, 200% of the damage if you tag all the heroes. Spec might be in a bit of trouble here, but still no Gush to slow her down. Warlock's here now with this tiny. I feel like he's been level 4 for like 3 minutes. He just needs levels. What's going on here? Jams another Wraith Fire Blast on the Spectre, but she's not gonna go down here. Another Shadow Word will be able to heal her up. The old school Warlock spec lane. Ember Spirit's here now, aggressive Remnant forward. The Shearing Chains will hold her back for a little bit. There's no more mana on the Wraith King for another Wraith Fire Blast. It looks like Spec is just gonna walk into the trees. Zeus is here now. He breaks the Flame Guard, and Ember Spirit, he's in a lot of trouble. Another Lightning Bolt will probably finish him off, actually. And using the ulti to make sure he doesn't get away. If they checked his mana, they probably would have realized he wasn't gonna get out of there. Also, he had no Flame Remnants down. Maybe using the other ulti to be safe. Ogre spots the Wraith King, but pressing Pony, he might be able to get away here. Zeus he thunderbolted in the wrong direction, so pressing Pony will be able to get out by the skin of his teeth. And Squid Lips will go down in the meantime to the Wind Ranger, but so easy focus fire kill with the Javelin as well. It's like all the damage you need on the Wind Ranger for a long time.
I don't think so.
So Temper Knowledge bought on the Warlock, he's gonna get his ulti pretty soon. And Ogre's already level 6, so he's got a Midas queued up, he's looking for the memes this time. It looks like it's different players as well, I didn't even realize this. So Fairthermo Lancera, he was the Spectre player last game, but he's playing Ogre, so he's been relegated to bitch position. His position 4 though. And Bonta, who wasn't even in the last game, is playing the Spectre. I didn't even realize there was a change in people. But Flame Guard doesn't quite get broken. Actually, he gets broken by the Ignite after a while. Nice 2-man Fatal Bond onto the Siege Creep, which has the most HP, so it's pretty good for them.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked. More death.
Oh, Zeus ulti will finish off the Wraith King. He's not level 6 yet. Wow, everyone on the side of $6 million Echo Slam, they're really low leveled. The Chaos Golem will come out and finish off the Tide Hunter as well. And it feels like, yeah, I mean they're 3k gold behind, 3k experience behind. They just feel so under-leveled. Wraith King's not level 6. Shakira's level 5. Lich is level 5. Tide Hunter's still level 5. What's happening here? The only person who's having a good game is Rickson, but he is not going to be able to carry the game on his own. Rickson's actually at the top of the net worth chart. Shakira will go down in the mid time. Looks like he got bolted by Zeus. Oh no, never mind. I heard that wrong. Lich and the Wind Ranger having a 1v1, and Wind Ranger manages to get the kill. Oh my god, that's gotta feel bad. It was like 2 hits away. Easy Dota, but spelt wrong. Also using the South again. I don't know. This is a bit of a clown fest. Spec gonna go for a Radiance now. I feel like the Vanguard is probably a little bit unnecessary, but probably would have died to the Ember Spirit gank at top if he didn't go for it. So I don't know. Didn't really have a whole lot of lockdown. The Wraith King burnt all his mana just like harassing her with the Wraith Fire Blast, and then he didn't have enough mana when the Ember Spirit showed up, like when it actually mattered. Squid Lips is bad sport. Not able to take the flame. MKB first on the Wind Ranger, so I mean, I feel like I've seen this a few times, but nice excuse. I mean, it's definitely the highest damage output item other than Ags you can buy a Wind Ranger, but it's so expensive compared to a Maelstrom. It doesn't really help you clear the waves any faster. But this Tide Hunter Ice Path into Ravage, but looks like Wind Ranger's still gonna be able to get away here. She's literally tickling this Tide Hunter. Aggressive drop forward from the Ember Spirit, but he doesn't manage to get the chains off onto the Wind Ranger. And Tide Hunter, he will eventually go down here to the Wind Runner. Oh my god, the Wind Runner will go down to the Ember Spirit eventually. Fluffy Bunny also going to get taken out here by the Spec. Oh, actually goes down to the Warlock. And Ogre also going to take it out. Squidlips ends up going down as well. This is a complete bloodbath. But Ember Spirit's the real prize here. He's completely out of mana. He's pretty fast. He's got Boots of Travel plus the drums, so it's going to be pretty hard to catch up to him. And looks like they're going to be able to hit the shrine in time. Prancing Pony showing up as well. He's only level 7 though, and he's the carry. Chaos Golem comes out, nice Fatal Bonds as well, and looks like Wraith King, he's gonna lose his first life here, maybe gonna grab the Spectre on the way down. He loses his first life to slow down the Spectre. Spectre will eventually go down, the Vanguard keeping you alive for a really long time, but she will go down here. Wind Ranger and the Tide are back in action. This fight's gone on for so long that they've respawned. Zeus, he's completely out of mana. The Shackle Shot will come out onto the Jakiro. Won't latch onto the Fatal Bonds, and the Wind Run, the Focus Fire. It's going to cause a lot of problems for this Lich and the Jakiro, and they both go down. Nice Chain Frost before the Lich goes down. The Wind Ranger with him bounces onto the neutral creeps, but won't bounce back onto the Warlock. He actually farms a full creep camp with the Chain Frost. That fight was absurd. All 5 heroes from the side of $6 million Echo Slam going down there. The Wind Ranger died twice that fight. Incredible. And Ogre, he's pretty close to his Midas, so if he doesn't get the multicast on the first Midas, it's time to leave the game. It's at 70% in this patch instead of 75 like this tooltip suggests. I know every time I play Ogre and I get Midas, I don't get the Midas multicast on my first cast, and it's just like, I want to leave. This is so bullshit. Just feels like every time. Alright, Lich with Arcane Boots at last. And this Hero is also a bit in the dumpster. It just feels like the side of $6 million Echo Slam, they're so under-leveled. Like, what are these? So Ember Spirit ahead of the pack. Rixton's having a fantastic game actually. He's gonna go for a Maelstrom next. And then level 8, level 7, level 6. Even the Warlock is higher level than almost everyone else. He's gonna hit level 9. It's just I don't know. I don't really know what's going on here. They're so underleveled. No one is going like farming the lanes. They're just really scared. So Rixton, he's got a lot in his back to carry this game. I'm not really sure if he can do it. It's an Ember Spirit. He's not quite one of those like 1v5 heroes like Morphling or Terrorblade. I did see if Ogre got the Midas multicast or not. He's gonna go for a Greaves to help his team take up a bit. Makes a lot of sense because Wind Ranger is not really that kind of offlaner who buys support item or utility items. She's all in on the damage. MKB first, almost has it actually. So gonna be able to take out this Tide Hunter a lot more efficiently next time because the MKB is magic damage and Kraken Shell only works on physical damage. So this 24 damage block against the what is it? 79 minus 12 damage on the Wind Ranger. She also didn't have the Demon Edge at the time. So Wraith King gonna work towards a Deso. He's trying to help his I guess amp up the Ember Spirit's damage, because I don't think he's going to be in a position to carry anytime soon. But also the side of Nvidia, they don't really have high armor. Warlock, Zeus, Wind Ranger has okay armor with the phase boots, I guess. And this is mostly the armor that Ogre's going to get for the rest of this game. Spec's not a particularly high armor hero either, until she gets like a Blade Mail or an AC. Probably not going to go for AC. 5-man smoke from $6 million Echo Slam. They spot the Wind Ranger. This could be a pretty big kill if they get her, but looks like she's going to TP out of there. The skate comes out, but then it goes green, so maybe realizing that she's gone. Oh, they actually saw the smoke from this ward here.
Bottom tower is being attacked.
Triple Remnant forward onto the Warlock, and he manages to get his ulti off before he goes down. So, Warlock getting most of his job done. The Ravage comes out only onto the Golem and the Windrunner. And the Chain Frost as well coming out. Windrunner will go down. The Chain Frost bouncing back onto the Ogre. They managed to take out the Warlock this time. So a lot more physical damage coming out. Zeus taking out the Tidehunter. So the Horn comes in, and Ember Spirit, he's in a lot of danger. Wraith King will go down here, but looks like they're just going to disengage now. Spectre continuing to chase a little bit. Wraith King isn't able to TP out of here. This could get pretty risky for him. Zeus blows up the Lich as Lich tries to slow down the Spectre from chasing. Ember's back. He got a regen rune in the lane, so he now has full on mana. And he still hasn't taken any damage, so the regen rune is still going. He gets the Zeus kill, an excellent pickup from Rixton, and they're gonna get the Spectre as well. Spectre not able to Spectral Dagger out of there. So actually, the whole team of Nvidia going down there. Wow, actually a great fight for $6 million Ecosystem. It's still going. The MKB Focus Fire onto the Ember Spirit. He manages to Remnant out of there, but he needs to not show himself or else he's gonna die. He shows himself and gets Focus Fired. Multicast onto Fluffy Bunny. He's gonna go down as well. This fight is still going. Triple kill on the Wind Ranger. 539 doing a ton of damage this fight in his second life. He wasn't able to get anything done in his first life, but he's back with a vengeance. The Tidehunter will go down to the Thunder God's Wrath. Wow. And another 3 heroes dead. This started off as a really great fight for $6 million Echo Slam, but they weren't quite able to retreat. The Ember Spirit, he jumps back in, tries to get the kill. He managed to get the kill on the Zeus and the Spectre, but then Wind Ranger comes back, focus fires the Ember Spirit. And Ember Spirit, he could have lived there. He just needed to not reveal himself to the Wind Ranger. And Wind Ranger, she was chained here, so there was no way she was going to get inside the trees to see the Ember Spirit. I think a little bit of a misplay from Rixton, but he still played really well. He picked up a regen rune in the middle of the fight and came back to the fight with full mana. Oh man, that was a sick fight. So Windrunner probably gonna look to, but actually she's going straight for the damage, going for Ags. If this guy noticed in the last fight, it's like I need a BKB. Just get a BKB and nothing can kill you. Spectre in a lot of trouble. She's by herself. It's gonna get taken down here. No rotation is able to come in time. Zeus, he's going to show himself another aggressive Remnant forward, and the Searing Chains is available. He's going to get the chains on the Zeus, and Zeus is going to go down as well. The Golem's dropped for this, and this is actually quite bad. Actually, nice Ravage will help finish off the Zeus and keep the Ember Spirit alive. And now with the Frost Shield as well, Warlock's going to go down. The Golem is going to go down. Eventually, he needs to not take damage. Wind Ranger takes out the Shakiro, and an Anchor Smash will finish off the Wind Runner. You can't dodge it with evasion. Ember Spirit's back. He remnanted back into the fight. It's going to take out Ogre well as well. Another 5-man wipe for $6 million Echo Slam. Rixton, he's on a tear this game. He's having the game of his life. And it's also helping his team catch up. The gap between the Wraith King and the Spec's closed a little bit. Spec still without the relic yet. And Rixton, he's going to jump forward again. He's got another Searing Chains onto the Spectre. Another Wraith Fire Blast is going to come out as well. It's actually favorable if the Wraith King dies here, because now actually he doesn't have enough mana for an ulti. Oh no. Rixton, he's pretty low in mana himself. He's got to run. There's no way he can take this fight. Windrunner's going to TP in. This is an easy Shackle lineup if she can find him. But just gonna actually dodges the Shackle shot with a Sleight of Fist, but gonna go down. Here's the Focus Fire. Rixton getting a little bit too aggressive there. He ran out of mana going for the Spectre and wasn't able to deal quite enough damage. They do need the rest of the team to help lock down the Spec as well. The Spec managed to pick up his relic from that. Hold on a second. He's going back for a Battle Fury. Oh no, Rixton, you're the chosen one. Oh, why would you go back for a Battle Fury? This is not the play at all. Go for a Radiance, dude. That's the way to go. If you've gotten like pretty all in for this magic style build. Although he did take the yeah, no, he's going for the magic build, not going for the Flame Guard absorption though. I think that would have been pretty nice. I guess the Zeus as well. It's that extra damage block. 750. That's a lot of magic damage to block.
Never refuse gold given.
I don't know. I'm not really feeling this like Battle Fury. So it looks like another 5-man smoke is going to happen. They didn't see it this time. So hopefully this should be a bit more successful. But last time they managed to get a 5-man team wipe anyway and then got caught. Ember's smoke pops. They can see the Warlock first. He drops his ulti before he manages to go down. No Fatal Bonds yet, but he's going to get the Fatal Bonds before he goes down onto 3 heroes. This Thunder God's Wrath comes out. The Spectre ulti as well. No, not quite with the Radiance yet. Spec, it's going to go on a bit of a rampage here. The Chain Frost bouncing between the Spectre and the Warlock Golem. Prancing Pony will go down here. And Spec, she's in a lot of trouble. Another Ray Fire Blast comes out. Spec's going to go down here. Another 5-man wipe for $6 million Ecosystem. And they're still at a gold disadvantage. It just shows how much more efficient Nvidia has been using that. Because Rixton, he's been completely dominating these team fights. But since the rest of his team hasn't been farming True Strike on the Ember Spirit just to get through that the Radiance miss chance. You don't want to miss when you use Slider Fist. That's awful. So he is going to go for the Battle Fury. I just don't think Battle Fury is really the right choice here. Oh, Windrunner. She's going to slap the Courier. Ember's Battle Fury is on there. But Wind Ranger gets the gets the Focus Fire onto the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit's taking a lot of damage here. Forced to back out now. A nice shackle onto the Wraith King, but she doesn't have Ags yet, so no 15-second cooldown on the Focus Fire. Also not level 18, so it's going to be 30 seconds. Lich gonna slowly work his way towards the creeps. It's gonna take him quite a while. Jakira's finally got his arcane boost and it's 27 minutes into the game. Oh, you hate to see that happen. Whereas Warlock, he's got a full Clever Cave. He's looking at an Aeon disc. He's able to survive the last fight, get the Fatal Bonds Golem off in time, which is pretty nice for him. Tied with the pipe now. Gonna help his team stay alive a little bit. See what Zeus is going for. Is he not going for Ags, interestingly enough? Another smoke. Tidehunter doesn't have his ultimate right now for 15 seconds, but they're going to get the Wind Ranger before the she's able to get any damage off again. Aggressive Remnant forward. They have the Steering Chain slight combo onto the Zeus. Gets slowed down, but the Glimmer Cave will save him for a little bit. He gets crit, 633 damage by the Wraith King. Instantly blown up. And it looks like $6 million Ecosystem. They're gonna go for high ground here. They still have the Ravage, so they're in a pretty good position, but they don't push very fast. They have the Desto on the Wraith King, but no one else really pushes on their team. And Spec re-split pushing, doing the Spectre things. She has a Radiance now. Ember Spirit not gonna be able to find the Spec. Isn't looking forward. So Spec will be able to get out of there. So Wraith King, he's starting to catch up a little bit. He went for an Echo Saber, which is also not an item you see too often on Wraith King, but having a second hit with a chance to crit is not too bad, and it's a pretty strong crit as well, 300%. So I don't mind it too much. It's just not really the conventional like carry Wraith King style build. He's gonna go for a Blade Mail as well, and I like this one a lot. Just being able to It's basically like a invincibility button, because no one wants to attack you while you're blade mailed. It's also really good against Wind Ranger, because if she focus fires you, you just turn on your blade mail and you kill her. Wraith King has way more life than Wind Ranger. So Ember Spirit gotta go for a BKB now. I guess that makes sense. He hasn't really been locked down too much. It's just the Fire Blast and the Shackles. And I haven't seen too many great Shackles from the Wind Ranger this game.
Never refuse gold given.
You see the Spectre. Aggressive Remnant forward onto the Spec, but there's no follow-up. Actually, Spec taking a lot of damage here. Still not too much. Tide's here now. Oh, but a nice shackle onto the Tide Hunter. He gets purged off from the Kraken Shell and will be able to get the Ravage off to finish off the Spectre. But Rickson's super low. He needs the Remnant out of here and then TP home. And actually, Wind Ranger goes down as well. To the Chain Frost again. Chain Frost being the bane of Wind Ranger's existence. So Lich doing a ton of damage this fight again. He's gotten some really good Chain Frosts off this game. And Ember, he's back at full mana. He TP'd home and then used the boots to travel to TP back in. And Winzana managing to Glimmer Cape out before the Steering Chains comes out. So be able to get away just barely here. And Echo Global Logistics, they've finally taken the gold lead after many successful team wipes. So maybe the comeback mechanics aren't quite high enough in this game, but they've also been buffed in the next patch. So understandably, maybe OS Frog's figured out from this game that it's like, you know, it's pretty hard to come back into the game if you lose the laning phase really hard. And Wraith King's also, he's overtaken the Spectre in net worth. Spec got the Radiance, but she hasn't been farming a whole lot since she got it. So BKB done on the Ember Spirit now. They should probably look to get Roche and maybe give it to the Ember Spirit, because if this Ember Spirit dies, he doesn't have buyback right now, so it's gonna be a while before he gets it. It's pretty expensive for him. So if he dies without buyback, it could be a pretty big opportunity for Nvidia to get a big advantage. Ogre with a 4-staff. Don't know if you can multicast the 4-staff. It seems like something that's possible, but it also seems incredibly clowny. Wraith King going back for an armlet, interestingly enough, not going for a BKB or a blink. I don't know how I feel about this one. I think he should consider a blink just to be able to jump in with the Tide Hunter and the Ember Spirit, because it always seems like he's lagging behind a little bit, and his damage output in these fights isn't quite cutting it. It's like all on the backs of this Ember Spirit right now. And I guess Lich is also doing a ton of damage, but you can't always get great Chain Frost off. Squidlips has been doing a pretty good job so far though. Another aggressive remnant forward. Zeus blinks out of there. A nice shackle onto the Ember Spirit, but the Ravage will be able to disengage the fight. BKB. This fire is still going on the Ember Spirit, but most of the damage is the MKB right now. So it's being blocked by the BKB, but the BKB is over, and Ember Spirit melts to the MKB. Ember, he's down for 80 seconds without buyback as well. Another shackle onto the Wraith King. So it's time for this Wind Ranger to step up her game. She got some nice shackles back to back. They can go for Prancing Pony if they want. The Focus Fire is on cooldown for a while, but they're gonna go for Squidlips instead, and Squidlips will end up going down here. And Wraith King goes down to the back lines. So this is a pretty big opportunity for Nvidia to push here. They could definitely take at least the tier 2. The Axe is on the way for the Wind Ranger, so she can focus fire down the mid tower as well. And Jams is gonna go down here as well. Another nice shackle. That was a long ass range shackle. Look at that. So you're gonna take this tier 2 tower, and this is what I was talking about. Rickson, he went down without buyback. He spent all his money on the BKB. He was able to survive for ages, but they weren't able to finish off the Wind Ranger. Oh, and Wind Ranger, no, disaster. She used the Ags, the Wind Focus Fire before the Ags was delivered, so it's going to be a longer cooldown as well.
Barracks are under attack. Radiant's
But they turned a fight from the T2 area into a range rack, so that's a T1 tower, a T2 tower, a T3 tower, and a range rack. So that's a pretty huge momentum swing back in the way of Nvidia. Look at this sudden decline. And all because they weren't able to burst the Wind Ranger down.
Every coin
35-minute bounty runes, and looks like Nvidia gonna get all 4. So just going back for an Axe now, yeah, it's about time to pick up. He can also sell the Soul Ring because he doesn't really need the slot anymore. He's got more than enough mana. Although he doesn't have much mana regen, he's just got the Arcane Boots, so well, I guess it's fine, whatever. Manta Style done on the Spectre. And Spectre was at 11,000 gold last time I checked, and suddenly she's at 16. So if that's any indication of how much gold that just swung the way of Nvidia, that would be it. So I was commenting earlier when they were over here, it's like, oh, the Wraith King is finally taken over the Spectre. Oh boy. And I kind of wish that Wraith King would go for a blink, because it was like the Tidehunter blinked in with the Ravage, but then after the Sleight of Fist ends, there's not much damage output anymore. Wraith King really is like the source of their sustained damage right now. Ember Spirit gonna go back for Daedalus now. It's a very interesting build from the Ember Spirit, but he does need the damage, so I can respect that. They really need to give the Aegis to Ember though. But he's pretty sick slotted. He can probably give up the drums at this point. Probably doesn't need them anymore. And there's also no charges left. They're going to smoke into the Roach Pit. And we'll see if... No, they're actually going to look for a gank instead. Oh, no. Well, I guess they don't have any vision. So they... I mean, Fluffy Bunny should look to put some wards down in the jungle here. Ogre might be the sacrificial lamb. They can see the Spectre as well, but I'm gonna be a slow the Spectre and down in anyway. He actually gets the Ice Path on the Spec, and Spec no searing chains onto her. The Ravage comes out. It's gonna end up hitting the Spectre, but they're gonna go for the Ogre instead. And I feel like this is gonna be a waste of Ember Spirit's BKB, because now his BKB is over, and Wind Ranger can just start slaying everyone. Squid Lips goes down. Wraith King goes down. Brixton would be able to get out of there by using his Remnants, but actually he gets shackled and focus fired. He's gonna go down as well. Prancing Pony, he's gonna be the last man standing, but he's gonna slowly go down here. Zeus manages to hit the shrine in time to save himself. And Prancing Pony, a rampage for 539.
Into the ground.
I thought Rixton was having a good game. This guy with the you know, he had a few fights early on where he was the first person who died, and it really is all about whether or not they can kill this Wind Ranger first, because she's doing the majority of the damage on the side of Nvidia. It's been a very up and down game for this Wind Ranger. She's had fights where she's done absolutely nothing because she dies at the very start of the fight, and then she's had fights like that where she kills everyone and gets a rampage. And now she has a BKB, so it's going to be very difficult to take her out. Zeus with an axe now as well. He can buy it. I think they probably don't need to save a buyback at this point. They're pretty far ahead, but I guess playing it safe, it's fine. He's only 500 gold away from his... Oh, that was a pretty sick blink effect. I want to see that one again. Hold on. Ah. When you're like a spellcaster here and you get these mud golems and neutral camps, it's literally the worst thing in the world. They just take so long to take out. But Zeus with his hefty 164 base damage. Let's see the blink. Oh! Alright, that was pretty sick. spec on her way to a heart, so it's got to be very difficult to take her out as well. With the damage from $6 million Echo Slam, it's dwindling fast. They just don't have enough damage to take out the enemy team. Chain Frost is becoming less of a factor. He's got to go for an Axe, which should help him a little bit, but at the same time, like, it's pretty difficult to get good bounces. Sometimes you throw Chain Frost and then like it hits one target and you're like, well crap. You can't do anything for the next 60 seconds.
Gold for me.
Shiva's got almost done on the Tidehunter, but it's time for Nvidia to start saving for buybacks. Oh, sorry, $6 million Echo Slam to start saving for buybacks. The Ags can be completed on Zeus with buyback if he wants it. Not really checking his gold, I guess. Hex next on the Ogre. Likes the slot. He can get a multicast Hex, which will be pretty sick. But it's pretty far away from it. Oh, this boy is jacked up for a support. The multicast Midas, that's where it's at. Wind Ranger gonna go for a Satanic, I guess? He's gonna tank her up a little bit, give her some lifesteal on her attacks as well. That's pretty nice. Sometimes I see Bash on Wind Ranger. I know like Bash on range here is like supposed to be really bad, but honestly if you attack at 450 plus 450 attack speed, then like 10% is pretty often. So I also wouldn't mind seeing an Abyssal Blade from Wind Ranger. It gives her a bit of tankability as well as the like insane bashes. Also with a Windlace, interestingly, I'm not really sure what that's about. So I'm not really sure what $6 million Nvidia are waiting for. They can probably force Roche if they want to. They've got the Chaos Golem, so any Roche fight should go in their favor. Also Warlock with the level 20 summon a Golem on Death Talent, so they should be making moves here. They're in a very strong position, but I mean Dota is as much a mental game, so the players in the game, they don't know how far ahead they are. So they got wiped a few times in the early game. Maybe losing in confidence a little bit in how strong they are, but they've won the last few team fights pretty convincingly. Every team fight where Wind Rangers managed to stay alive, she's got the invisibility talent as well. It's gonna be even harder to kill her now. And also level 25, that's definitely not what the talent is. Okay, mini stun, 35% focus fire mini stun. Thank you. The thing that displayed over here was right, and the tooltip over here was wrong. So it looks like another 5-man smoke might be coming out here. They don't have a smoke though. This is definitely an issue with a lot of lower level players. Like you see, like your legend type players, they really don't know how to close out the game. Even Rixton is commenting. It's a very riveting game. He has a data list now. He's gonna hit pretty hard. He's also got the true strike, so he doesn't need an MKB. This is definitely, if he gets for an MKB, like it's time to report him. He already picked up the true strike talent. There's no point in getting an MKB at this point. If anything, he should go for like a rapier. But it's probably not that desperate yet. He should think about rapier. Maybe save gold for it if the situation is looking really dire. Because they're really far behind. Well, I would say really far behind, like air quotes, because usually 9k at 40 minutes is actually not the biggest lead. But given how the last fights went, they all went pretty poorly. There was this fight here, Wind Ranger got a rampage, got all these red dots in a row. It's something in your mind as the Ember Spirit player is gotta be like, this is feeling pretty rough. Also, Zeus, I'm noticing, is not using his ulti to scout, which is a pretty big tool for Zeus in the late game. The ulti, it's not really a big part of your damage output in the later stages of the game. So you want to use it to scout. The Nimbus is the one that does all the damage. Like, not to say that Thunder God's Wrath doesn't do a lot of damage, but you wouldn't primarily use it for damage in the late game.
Even I like a good bobble. Never refuse gold given.
45-minute bounty race. It's been a long time since we've had any action happen. It's feels like it's almost been 10 minutes. Aeon disc done on the Warlock, so this Warlock's going to be able to get his ult off every time as well. Oh no, Ember Spirit, why? Why would you go for an AKB? Oh my god. But you already have the True Strike talent. Alright, well I'm definitely reporting Rixton after this game. Zeus go for a refresher orb, makes a lot of sense. Being able to get double Nimbus. He didn't take the cool. Oh no, he did take the talent. Okay, yeah. It changed sides, I think. But he's also level 25. He's got the Arc Lightning talent, which means it's going to be very difficult to push into the Zeus, because you always spam the waves out with the with 2 Arc Lightnings. You can clear a creep wave. And another smoke from $6 million Echo Slam, again, not going into the Rage Pit. They're going to spot the Zeus first, and this could be a pretty big kill if they get it. But Zeus manages to blink out. No gush from Jams. Warlock, Aeon Disc gets popped. He's going to drop his ultimate. He's going to be able to get a Fatal Bonds as well before he goes down, but he won't. The double Golem from the Death Golem. And they're going to farm these Golems pretty quickly. Actually pretty big for them. So they forced out the Warlock ulti. They can go for Roche now, and then ping it. So Ember Spirit's probably going to take this Aegis. This is the first Aegis in this 47-minute game so far. Very interesting. It's also a DD at bot, but no one's able to scan that one out. Warlock has buyback, but he doesn't have his ulti. He just bite it back and run it and die. That's a pretty valid strategy for him as well. Dire do scan out the Roche Pit and know they're in there, but it doesn't seem like they're able to mount rally a group to contest in time. Wraith King's gonna take the Aegis. Remember, this Wraith King has like no impact this game. He doesn't have a blink. He's not able to get into the fights. And we normally see like these, these triple lifestyle Wraith Kings if you have a Radiance, because then you can continually tick down the enemy team throughout the duration of your 3 lives. But there's no way for him to do passive damage in this game because he doesn't have the Radiance. So he's actually got to get up close and personal to smack people. But he doesn't have a Blink Dagger either, so he's just going to get kited. The Wind Ranger, there's no way he can kill the Wind Ranger. The Spec's just going to dagger out of there. As you saw from that last gank, they weren't even able to catch the Zeus. Zeus with the Blink Dagger able to just get away from the enemy team. The Gush not coming out from the Tidehunter in time. Ty's gonna go for a Vlad's now. He's also got this weird Gauntlet of Strength from the early game still in his inventory. But the Vlad's is definitely a lot. He's also still got a Mango. AC almost done on the Wraith King as well. He should probably just buy it at this point because unless he gets killed 3 times, he's gonna have buyback. Maybe a bit anticipating he's gonna die 3 times, but if you pick up the AC, it's gonna make those 3 lives a lot harder to take down. So I think it's worth it. Fatal Bonds onto the creeps on Rixton as well, and BKB popped by Rixton now. Then Ice Path and the Wraith Fire Blast stack up a little bit, so the Spec will be able to walk out. She's also got a heart, so they need to take out the Spec before she regens up. Then Rixton will go down in the meantime, and this is a complete disaster already. Ray King will lose his first life now. Ember Spirit buys back. He TPs back into the fight and big Slider Fist onto the enemy team. But they're also tanky and nothing stopping the Spectre from regenning. Ray King goes down again. That's his Aegis this time. And this is going to be his last life. He's not going to be able to survive for 23 seconds. And he's going to go down. He died 3 times. And the AC probably wouldn't have helped him at all, actually. So Ray King does have buybacks for a 4th life. Maybe a 5th once the reincarnation comes off cooldown, but this is definitely Nvidia's time to go. If they can kill the Ember Spirit one more time, this game is almost certainly going to end. Tidehunter, even if he did have buyback, he doesn't have Ravage, so this is still a big opportunity for them.
Double damage.
Double damage on Windranger. Oh boy, she's going to hit so hard. She just needs to hit the Ember Spirit like 3 times. Ember is not a very tanky hero. Oh, that being said, he has 2000 HP.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Right, well, Windrager's just gonna focus fire down the towers. The glyph comes out, but not gonna last long enough. That, with the double damage as well, this tower's gonna melt so fast. Windranger goes for the shackle onto the Jakira, but won't get it. Doesn't look like they're interested in finishing off the game. They just get the mid racks. They can't go for the other lanes because they don't have the T2s yet. Even though they have this Zeus, there should be these creep waves should constantly be pushing in with the Zeus. He just needs to show up for like a second and then blow up the creep wave like that. Man, Zeus actually does like a monstrous amount of damage. 100 int. So, looks like we're going back to farming. I'm not really sure where this game is going right now. Bits travel done with on the Zeus. With an Aether Lens, so that extra cast range is going to be pretty nice for him. So yeah, Zeus can start split pushing now. And he has the money for a refresher if he wants to buy it, but he won't have buyback. Probably should save for it at this point. And Ember Spirit, he's thinking about a rapier. I think this is... He should have just skipped the MKB and went straight for the rapier, honestly. Spec doesn't even have a blade mail to reflect the damage, but you can't even reflect the Slider Fist damage because he's invincible during it. Sell the MKB, get the rapier. Come on, dude.
Invisibility.
Spec gonna go for a Abyssal Blade now. So just trying to get a little bit more lockdown. It's a pretty reasonable item on Spec. Well, he picks up the relic, but now he doesn't have money for buyback either. This is like the worst of 2 worlds. He should either have no buyback and a rapier, or just not pick up the relic. Well, especially he doesn't have buyback on cool. His buyback is on cooldown for a while, but still, looks like this game is probably going to drag on for 4 more minutes. Roach isn't up for at least 2 minutes. So, see what the hero levels are at. Red King almost level 25 himself, so the 2 Slider Fist charges pretty normal on this attack style build. Prancing Pony, he might go for the reincarnation cast Wraith Fire Blast. I think I like that one more than the other one. The other one is not that good. It's probably like a level 20 talent, but not level 25. Tide, if he can go for the 250 damage, they're kind of desperately lacking damage. He's also going for an Echo Saber, so he can double down on that a little bit. That'd be pretty cool. Jakira's pretty far away from 25 himself, but definitely gonna go for the Ice Path duration if he gets there. Squid Lips can go for the Frost Shield regen talent, but I don't think Squid Lips is gonna make it to 25 this game. So Spectre with the +6 dispersion. I think this number is a little bit lower than it should be because of the patches. Not really sure. Warlock, he's almost 25 himself. Pick up the magic immunity for the golems. These golems are gonna get super scary. Zeus for the arc lightning damage, pretty standard stuff. Oka just hit 25 himself. Probably gonna go for the fire blast damage. Actually, he's gonna go for the move speed. What? What is this about? Alright, and Wind Ranger going for the Focus Fire mini stun as we saw earlier. It's this is not the right tooltip. Alright, doesn't quite see the Ember Spirit in the nighttime. It just turned to nighttime. Ember Spirit, he knows the team is here. Blink out from the Zeus. They aren't able to get the shackle onto the Ember Spirit. He gets stunned up underneath the lightning bolt. He's gonna get taken out. He has no buyback for 124 seconds. That's a dieback on the Zeus, and this game is just going to very suddenly end. Tide Hunter's gonna go down as well. Pressing Pony's gonna go down. He took the Wraithfire Blast talent, but not gonna be able to use it to a good use. And the game just ended. Ember Spirit got caught out with that buyback. And Nvidia will take the series 2-0 against $6 million Echo Slam. So that means $6 million Echo Slam. They're gonna be eliminated in the round of 32 of the playoffs. So I think they've improved a lot this season. And Rixton definitely put on quite a show in this match. But the rest of his team not quite able to keep up with him a little bit. I think if the Wraith King went for a blink instead of probably instead of the armlet, I think this game would have probably gone a lot differently. There was that fight in mid where they were so close to killing the Wind Ranger, but she managed to get away and then ended up killing the Ember Spirit after the BKB ended. But a pretty good showing from Nvidia. I'm trying to see. Let me see who they're up against next week. Oh, in the round of 16. I think they're up against Microsoft, but it's not the right URL at all. So, Nvidia up against Microsoft Beta Rana Ganks, and I gotta say, they're probably gonna lose that game because Microsoft Beta Rana Ganks are a really good team. And but we'll see what kind of fight they're able to put up. Everyone's so far has been getting completely steamrolled by Bane and Runner Gangs. They just lost one game during the regular season against Amazon Prime Courier. But other than that, they went 7-1, and they're on a bit of a tear. They won last year's competition, so it's gonna be pretty tough to beat them. We'll see what Nvidia are able to pull off. And unfortunate to $6 million Echo Slam for getting eliminated here, but such is the nature of competition.